Hey there. Today's story begins in a cemetery, but it doesn't end there. It ends in a gas station 2 states away, with a man pumping gas who'd supposedly been buried 2 years earlier. This is the story of Victor, a retired veteran, 62, who buried his younger brother in a closed casket service after a supposed overdose. The funeral was fast. The body never viewed. The papers signed, the ashes delivered. Case closed, grief settled in. Until one afternoon 2 years later, on a road trip through Nevada, Victor stopped for gas. And there he was, same face, older, thinner, but alive. His brother, breathing, working, and under a different name. Victor didn't speak. He watched, and when he asked the funeral agency for answers, they told him the paperwork had been digitally purged. He contacted the police. They said the case was closed. Death confirmed. But what Victor uncovered next revealed something far bigger than a mistaken identity. He discovered a system where people weren't just buried, they were disappeared on purpose. And the people behind it wore suits, printed death certificates, and sometimes never handled a body at all. Victor's brother Lucas had struggled: addiction, debt, trouble with the law. When he got the call that Lucas had overdosed in a motel, he didn't question it. Police said the body had already been claimed by a private mortuary service. He was told there'd be no autopsy. Cause of death? Accidental. The casket was sealed. He was told the body was unviewable. Ashes were handed over, no urn, just a generic container, no photo, no ID tag. Victor was grieving. He didn't ask. But seeing Lucas alive years later broke something open. He contacted a PI. The investigator traced the death certificate. It had been filed by a privately owned funeral agency linked to offshore entities. The notary who signed the death, no longer licensed. And the name of the doctor who declared Lucas dead didn't exist. The PI kept digging. What they found was a network of paper deaths, used for escaping prosecution, avoiding debt, faking insurance claims, or disappearing witnesses. The scheme was simple: create a death event, preferably out of state, use a private mortuary willing to skip formal ID, submit documents to a complicit office, cremate a different body, or none at all. Victor found 5 more cases in just 3 months. A woman who died in Florida, later spotted as a caregiver in Montana. A man declared dead in California, who opened a bar in Mexico. A teenager whose funeral was live-streamed, but no one ever saw the body. In each case, the mortuary was small, privately owned. Records? Missing. Victor tried filing a complaint with state regulators. The agency responded, "All records appear in compliance. Further investigation not warranted." Then came the silence. His calls started getting dropped. His PI received threats, then disappeared from contact. Victor returned to that gas station. Lucas was gone. The manager said he left without notice. No forwarding info. Victor says, "He didn't run from me. He ran from someone watching him run." Victor still has the ashes. He keeps them on a shelf. He knows they don't belong to Lucas, but he doesn't know who they do belong to. That's what haunts him. Not the lie, but the idea that somewhere, a family buried someone they never lost, and someone else lost someone they never buried. And the death industry? Still private, still quiet, still profitable. Because when truth is sealed in a box and marked cremated, no one asks what's inside. Some burials don't happen with dirt. They happen with documents, sealed, certified, and completely false. Victor didn't fake a death. He didn't sign anyone's name. He just believed what the paper told him. If this story chilled you, you're not alone, because sometimes the only thing buried is the truth. Thank you for being here today. Your attention means more than you know. I hope your day is calm, your spirit grounded, and your eyes always open. We share new true stories like this every day. Ones you won't find on the surface, only if you're willing to look deeper. So if this one struck a nerve, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Have you ever questioned what's inside the box? Take care of yourself, and remember, some deaths are quiet, some are clean, and some never happened at all.